Hello family, welcome back. Happy New Year. Can you believe it? We are finally at 2018 and I have to admit to you guys, lately I've actually been writing 2019, so I didn't know, but maybe I was in a rush to get through this year. I don't know, but I have a good feeling that this year has many amazing things to come. Now we are here in a new scene because I want to show you guys how I brainstorm and make New Year's resolutions last. It's really fun to write these lists down, but it can be very difficult to accomplish those things because before you know it, it's the end of the year and now it's 2019, right? So if that's you and you want to figure out how to make sure you can actually accomplish your New Year's goals and to make it super simple, that's what we're going to do here today. So the first thing I'm going to do is throw myself under the bus by showing you exactly the things that I'm working on right now and how I break this down. You might already have your goals like I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to make $10,000 more this year. Whatever the case may be, I think it's super important to first categorize them. So I'm going to show you how I categorize my life. You can do this any way that you want, but just for the sake of an example, mine is pretty simple. I've got 3 categories. The first one is myself. The second one is my relationships. And the third one is material. Now, all of these categories can get broken down into several things, and it could be whatever you like. For me, let's just break down the self. For mine, it is spiritual, physical, and mental, emotional. That's just M for mental. Relationships mean my family, my friends, business relations, just in general, my interactions with people. Material for me breaks down to my possessions, my environment, my financial, my business, etc. So you can break these down however much you want. And like I said, if you already know your goals, like maybe your goal is to lose 10 pounds, then you know that goes to the physical. Maybe your goal is to make $10,000 more a year, and maybe that goes to business, okay? So knowing what category it's under, it's gonna help us tremendously to know what area in life we're trying to focus on. Once I've broken down my categories, I go ahead and write down what my goals are. So for me, let's just take some of these things in the self. For my physical, for example, I have a couple things here. I want to improve my physical shape, and I focus on my body fat percentage and muscle mass ratio. This is huge for me. Like I said, it could be different for you. Maybe it's something as simple as you want to quit smoking, or you want to eat less junk food, or you want to lose weight, or you want to gain more muscle. I also have another one, which is heal my adrenals all the way. So you guys know that I've been working really hard at my adrenal fatigue. I kind of took a break this month because of the holidays. I will admit, I've been slacking off. And even though I feel really good, I can still feel there's more that needs to be addressed and healed. So that is still a very important part of my focus. So here's a couple examples of how I look at my life. And I don't necessarily have to have goals for every single category, but it allows me to draw it back to what areas of my life am I focusing on, and then when I'm moving about throughout my day, I can really know if this is relative or not. Once I've gotten my goals, I'm going to take my goals, break those down. So let's go ahead and break this down. Can you see this color? Okay, I think that's a good color. So let's look at my body fat percentage and ratio. Now I'm going to ask myself, what are 3 things that I can do right now to improve this, like right now? Number 1, work out more. Number 2, I can eat better. Obviously, I'm not working out much or eating well during the holidays. And you could do a 3, do 2 or 3. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. If you're overachiever, do 3. Let's just start there. Work out, eat, and eat better. Let's come down here to adrenals, okay? This one's easy for me. What are a couple things I can do right away? Get to bed on time. Sleep. And actually, this is really cool because number 2 is the same as above. So if I work on my body fat percentage and my muscle ratio are just improving my health overall, it's actually going to help with my adrenals because they're the same things that I need to do to help both. But I'm basically, I don't like the term killing two birds. I'm basically taking care of two things with a minimal amount of stones, so to speak. So now what I've got is I've got work out more, and we're going to break this down to what does it mean to work out more right now. So right now I'm only working out twice a week for my MMA, and once a week I do yoga class, and then I also do work stuff, which is still movement, work fitness. Now, I want to add to this. I'm really happy with these things, but I would like to add one more yoga at home, and I would like to add one day where I lift and I do some of my Olympic barbell stuff that I haven't been able to do for years, but I really enjoy doing. So the next thing I can do too is sleep. We looked at this. I said it was actually equally as important, so I'm picking one out of here that's going to tag my better health, and I'm picking sleep that's going to really support my adrenals, because the truth is, for me, I understand that if I support my adrenals, I'm going to be able to work out more and do all this stuff, and vice versa. They kind of help one another, and that's why it all fits in that physical realm. So we're working on improving that physical realm. So let's say my sleep is get to bed and eyes shut by 10 p.m. okay? I'm not doing that now. I'm getting to bed by about 12 p.m. and then I'm waking up at 6, which is giving me about 6 hours of sleep, but my goal is 8 hours of sleep. So obviously, if we break down every single category that we had listed here and every subcategory, it's going to be an overwhelming amount of goals. And this is where most people get stuck. They make their lists. They might not even categorize it. They just make a wish list, so to speak, tuck it away and sort of hope that it comes around. Maybe some of us make an attempt. We sign up for a gym, we sign up for a club or something, and it never truly happens. So the most important thing after you get all these written down is this is basically your plan. This is like a business plan or your pathway to success. And you have to take it rather seriously. But there's a way that I'm about to show you in which you can do this and make sure that you absolutely do not fail. Looking at our list here, we have 3 changes that we're looking to make based on just the 2 categories of improving adrenal fatigue and physical health alone. Those 3 changes are going to be adding one more yoga routine at home, adding one more workout routine in powerlifting, and also getting to bed at a different time that I would normally get to if I'm not worried about this. So again, if you look at all the things that need to happen in order to successfully move or change our current situation, it's super overwhelming. So in order to reduce this overwhelm, we're going to pick one. And the first thing I'm going to pick is better sleep. Because honestly, I think better sleep in this situation for myself, and it takes a little bit of this kind of analyzing, is going to result in more energy to be able to do more yoga and to do more lifting. So what I'm going to do is create myself one action item. Okay? And this action is set an alarm. I'm going to set 2 alarms actually. Set alarm. So I'm going to have a 9 p.m. alarm that is going to say, start my bedtime routine. For me, I know that it's important to start a bedtime routine to get to bed on time. So if you need to do some research in how to get to bed on time if you're having a hard time, you could do that. And there's certain other tips and things that you can use to help make this happen, but the important thing is that you do make it happen. And then I'm going to have an alarm go off at 9:55 that says lights out. No matter what, this is the most important thing in my day that I have to get to, period. and I can't slack off, so I can't like just skip brushing my teeth. So the idea is that you're building on top of what you're already doing. So you are already good at brushing your teeth before you go to bed. You're already good at waking up and eating breakfast right away. So the important thing now is to just add this one action item to your day, and that is it. So I cannot stress the importance of how important that is, because this is what's going to make the difference in how you accomplish or how you continue the rest of your year. If this idea of adding one new habit every so often is new to you, it's going to take a minute to recalibrate and adjust. You might see that now you're getting to bed on time, you're doing really good there, but you're forgetting something else. And it's the goal to recalibrate, so to speak. That's a word that I use a lot in my life, is have that recalibration period to really focus on improving yourself and creating this new habit for yourself. Life doesn't get easier necessarily as you grow up. You just get smarter and you get stronger, and that's at least the way that I like to think about it. So imagine if you can improve on something every day, even if it's as simple as this. You have smartphones and smartwatches now. They can tell you when to go to bed. All you need to do is make sure you have the lights out. I promise you, for me, if you have a hard time sleeping and you're rolling and you're tossing and you're turning, as long as you're focused on making sure that this happens, whatever it takes, be it use soothing sounds, white noise, melatonin, a better sleep routine, drinking chamomile tea before you go to bed, using binaural brainwaves. I mean, I've done it all because this has been a very hard thing for me when you deal with insomnia from adrenal fatigue. It's nearly impossible to sleep. But if you can do everything that it takes to make this happen, you're not only going to feel more empowered, you're not only going to feel more confident in yourself because you know how to solve problems, you gain more trust in yourself, but you're going to get to your goals, and it's going to make you a better and a stronger person. And then moving forward, it's just going to be so much easier to accomplish your own goals and to like get stuff done. And that is super empowering. So this is an amazing skill to learn. So next step is if and only if this is automatic. No brainer. No brainer. If you can keep the alarms. If you want to take the alarms off, then you're going to have to settle in that a while, knowing that you're going to be able to do this without alarms. So maybe the next step is once every time that alarm goes off, you've basically programmed yourself, or you're automatically in the habit of starting the routine, getting the lights out no matter what, then maybe try taking one alarm off. Like maybe take the 9 p.m. alarm, turn it off, and train yourself to look at that clock so that at 9 p.m. you're like, oh, it's time to start. And then by that 9:55 alarm, lights are out. And then again, once that becomes a really easy automatic habit, then you can knock out this alarm and see how well you do then. If and only if you are automatically in that habit and you haven't compromised any of your other good habits, it hasn't taken away or diminished from your life in a negative way, can you move on to the next action item? So now I'm getting to sleep, I'm going to bed on time, I've done this for a while, I can trust myself, it's automatic. Now I'm gonna add action item number 2. Do my yoga at home. And what I'm gonna do is, because my days at the gym and the yoga studio, as well as my work days, are already scheduled, I'm just going to mark this on the calendar. And I'm gonna treat it like any of my other appointments in which I'm not gonna bail out. This is super important. Just like I said here, whatever your action item is that you're focusing on, it is the number one thing that you absolutely have to get done that day. So I'm gonna add that to my calendar, and then number 2, I'm gonna follow through. What eventually happens is, maybe not every Thursday at 5 p.m. am I doing my yoga at home, but every week, once a week or so, I start feeling, ooh, I gotta do that yoga, and it's just natural for me to get down and do my own home yoga routine once a week. And once I do that, and if and only if it's a habit that comes naturally and it's just easy, then I'll move on to habit number 3, lift. So you guys might be thinking, oh my gosh, it seems like a long time. Like sometimes it takes 21 days to form a new habit, right? We've heard that it takes 21 days. I promise you, if you do this the way that I've explained it, after a while, you can do 1 new habit a week, and sometimes you can take on 2 or 3 new habits a week. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years now, and I can take 1 to 2 new habits, depending on the level of difficulty it is for me to adjust, every single week. And it is amazing. Kind of like decluttering your home, you start to declutter your life in the way that you move and behave through life. It is seriously the most amazing thing. So aside from New Year's resolutions, this is a reassessment, total revamp reassessment of life, or inventory, if you will, that you can use any single time of the year, any week, any day, anytime that you feel like you're stuck or want to improve. This is how I do it. It's special, it's magical, and it is something that adds a lot of value to me. So I want to thank you guys for joining me here. I hope that this made things more visually clear for you. And I also want to offer you guys 50% off our real exercises for real people. If you guys are really interested in improving the physical aspect of your life, we're going to be bringing you a lot more there. So check that out in the link below. It's going to be for a limited time only, 50% off. If you guys have any questions or comments about this, make sure you stick it in the comments below. Remember to let me know you like this type of video by hitting thumbs up. I thank you guys so much for being here. I thank you for hitting the subscribe button and sticking around, being part of our YouTube family. And until next time, be good, be great, be grateful. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And I'm so grateful that we have the ability and the opportunity to do all this, aren't you? I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.